Santa Monica. This is Mornings, LALATE.
It's a major morning here on Mornings LALATE as we start 2023 in a bang. Because why? Massive stimulus checks. In 2023, we're going to go over these huge checks that are a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks for you if you make less than $75,000. And these are stimulus checks for you, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, SSA, veterans, low income. These are incredible stimulus checks because of the combination of 2020, 2021, and 2022 stimulus checks all at the same time. It's these stimulus checks for you are paying on average about 18 months, 5 checks per month, and $3,000. And in this recording, we're going to go over these huge 2023 stimulus checks, A through C. And then go to the stimulus checks, E through K. Then the stimulus checks, L and Q, heat up this broadcast. And the brand new stimulus check for 2023, stimulus check R, unemployment stimulus checks, and PEBT stimulus checks. How do you get them? In the membership newsletter. Launched in a brand new second location at news.lalate.com/newsletter. That membership newsletter allows you to apply for the stimulus checks right away. But major details starting right now. This is how the market ended 2 days ago at the end of 2022. And look at the red ticker, down 73, and the NASDAQ down 84. But the change in the last 30 minutes is huge. Tesla deliveries were big going into today, but the markets are unimpressed. What went wrong? January retail numbers and the rebound of the markets not happening. We'll have the latest details across the board. And it's a big week. Tuesday, the PMI manufacturing numbers released minutes ago. I'll have breaking news on that. And then Thursday, the Fed speeches and the labor numbers. Friday, the job report and the latest unemployment rate. But from the shores of Santa Monica, California, it's a big day with a lot of major developing details, and I'll be here to guide you through all this incredible stimulus. 2023 is the combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, 20 and 2021, 2022, nearly $500 million of unused stimulus. And I'm going to go over how to get all these incredible stimulus checks in today's recording. Because the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, the coffee is brewing, and 2023 is rocking and rolling. We'll get all those incredible details starting right here, right now on a big, bold, beautiful Mornings LALATE. Hey, good morning, everybody. 2023 is with us with massive stimulus, and today's we're going to go over all those incredible stimulus checks for 2023. Why is there so much stimulus in 2023? Because the combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, nearly $500 million, at least $500 million, still left around. We're going to go over those 2023 stimulus checks in today's recording. They're for you. If you make $75,000 or less, I got stimulus checks for you in today's recording. Stimulus checks for SSI, stimulus checks for SSDI, stimulus checks for SSA, stimulus checks for veterans, VA, stimulus checks for low income. We're going to go over all those incredible 2023 stimulus checks in today's recording. They're paying out on average 18 months, these beautiful 2023 stimulus checks. 5 checks, stimulus checks per month, and on average $3,000 of stimulus checks per month. In this recording, we're going to go over the stimulus checks for 2023 that are stimulus checks A to C, then the stimulus checks E through K, and then stimulus checks L to Q. And then for my small business owners, I have stimulus check R coming up in a second. And then unemployment stimulus checks, big news today. PEBT stimulus checks, then we'll go into the markets later in this recording. Tesla deliveries were big. January retail numbers may be also big. The market rebounded, not happening. What went wrong? This is how the markets ended 2022, and this is how it is right today, but it's actually weaker. And then minutes ago, the PMI manufacturing report was released. We'll go over all those incredible details. Have you become a member? Go right now and become a member and get that incredible newsletter. Let's go into these incredible stimulus checks, A, B, and C, starting right now. The first 3 of these beautiful 2023 stimulus checks starting right now. A, B, and C, where did they come from? A, B, and C came from Joe Biden. He passed a series of executive actions that established these first 3 checks for 2023, A, B, and C. Huge amount of money, and it's for you. Literally $100,000 in these first 3 stimulus checks for 2023, A, B, and C. These are for SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rural benefits, veterans, 2023 stimulus for Americans in all U.S. territories and U.S. states. Then came Congress, and they established more stimulus checks. Those are stimulus checks E through K. I'm going to go over all those incredible stimulus checks in just a second. And then I found you other stimulus checks, L and Q. They come up in just a second. These, again, are great stimulus checks for 2023 because a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks. Again, if you make $75,000, and if you're any of these groups of people, yeah, absolutely, 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 on average. Let's go right into those incredible stimulus checks starting right now. Those first 3 checks, A, B, and C, are huge, and let's look at each of those checks right now. Stimulus check A, a $6,500 to $12,000 forced stimulus check in every U.S. state. Single individual, married couple, beneficiaries, go get these incredible stimulus checks. How do you do it? You go around this video, become a member, Purple Hawk, Purple Power, Castino VIP, and get that incredible stimulus check A. We're not done there yet. You go get stimulus check B, $15,000 to $80,000. Now, stimulus check B is the check that's helping get you 18 months of stimulus, and you're going to need 18 months of stimulus because why? We're going to have a 2-year recession is my prediction. So you need 18 months of stimulus checks on average with a 24-month recession. And that is stimulus check B that really helps you with that. Stimulus check C, rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, and more. And how much money are we talking about for stimulus check C? A lot of money. A lot of money. Let's look at some of the success stories that viewers have had from stimulus check C on this channel as Purple Hawks. For stimulus check A, do you want $30,000 of rent? Well, become a member, become a Purple Hawk, and get that incredible stimulus check A. Stimulus check C for rent. Utilities, $15,000 happening all the time. Become a member, get stimulus check C. In the membership newsletter, it tells you who to call, what to say, and how to say it at 12 different places. And you want $50,000 for combinations of checks? Then do that. Stimulus check C. That's what Nisi did. She went from $23,000 to $50,000. Mark went even bigger. He went from $32,000 to $166,000. After 32, he went to 50, then 100, then 166. And Lorraine, she was at $105,000. She went to $150,000. These are the first 3 stimulus checks. Again, A, B, and C. Stimulus for 2023 is a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, over $500 million of stimulus still sitting around. And the first 3 checks are A, B, and C. But guess what? We have more stimulus checks right after that. And the more checks right after that are stimulus checks E through K. Let's look at those incredible stimulus checks E through K, starting right now. These are the ones from Congress. And Congress came along and passed you lots of beautiful stimulus. And it just keeps on getting better across the board. Let's look at the beautiful stimulus checks E through K. On this beautiful morning, as the toast is toasting, the butter is buttering, and the 2023 is rocking and rolling. Stimulus check E is a beautiful $7,500 stimulus check. I love it. Down in the membership newsletter, get it right today. Stimulus check F, $4,000 stimulus check. Great. Stimulus check G, 30% off. Wow. Stimulus check H, $2,000 stimulus check. Stimulus check I, a beautiful $8,000 stimulus check. Stimulus check J, $8,000 stimulus check. And then stimulus check K, $14,000. So these are the stimulus checks A, B, and C from Joe Biden, E through K from Congress. But then I found you other stimulus checks. And I'm always finding you more stimulus checks. And just a second, you're going to learn the latest ones in a second. But let's go to stimulus check L. In the membership newsletter, $100,000 on average. Low interest free money. M, $4,000 grant. Wow. N, brand new computer, tablet, laptop, free internet. Stimulus check O, 0 down payment, 0 closing costs, brand new mortgage. Stimulus check P, 3% down for a refi. And then stimulus check Q, $8,000 stimulus check. Wow. So that was stimulus checks A, B, and C for 2023. And then stimulus checks E through K for 2023. And then stimulus checks L and M, N and O, and P and Q for 2023. It gets better in just a second. But let's first go over the magnitude of these incredible A to Q stimulus checks. A to Q stimulus checks all have the same eligibility. A single individual, $75,000 less, go get them. SSI, stimulus checks. SSDI, stimulus checks. SSA, veteran stimulus checks. Low-income stimulus checks. Married couple, $150,000 less, go get them. These are for Americans. U.S. territories, U.S. states. Stimulus checks A, to C, E to Q, and stimulus checks E to K, and L to Q. But along the way, I found you additional stimulus checks. That's coming up in just a second. What's the largest of these stimulus checks so far? 100,000. Smallest stimulus check so far? 8,000. Fastest routing time? 2 days. Johnny started on Monday. By Wednesday, he had $45,000. By Friday, he had 80,000 with 15 applications in, half approved, half rejected. He helped his friends and family thereafter. Mom and dad, 50,000 each next week, and then friends and families, $250,000. What are these stimulus checks of A to Q? Well, we got a lot of great stuff in these A to Q. We have the rent, the utilities, the mortgage assistance, the home repairs, the home appliances, the car, the computer, the free internet. These are the beautiful 2023 stimulus checks for you. Again, this is the leftovers, and there's a lot of leftovers, over $500 million so far, of 2020, 2021, and 2022 stimulus checks. Go into the video, become a member, and go right into that newsletter and get those incredible stimulus checks. We're not done there yet, because then what happened after that? I brought us back to the very first days of this channel, and I found you a stimulus for businesses, for small businesses. It's called a Stimulus Check R, the Employee Retention Credit. It's a lot of money. Let's look and see how this incredible stimulus check works. A Stimulus Check R in the membership newsletter. If you had an employee on staff in 2019 and did not fire them when the pandemic hit in 2020, you're getting $5,000 for that employee. If you kept them on staff a quarter in 2021, you're getting $7,000 per quarter. And if you kept them on staff from 2020 to the third quarter of 2021, you're getting $26,000 for that person. If you have 10 employees you kept on staff and did not fire, you're getting $260,000. And yes, if you can do the math, if you have 20 employees and did not fire any of them, you're getting $500,000. It's down in that membership newsletter, Stimulus Check R. Reach out to a tax preparer to get more guidance on this, and that is that beautiful Stimulus Check R. Now, for 2023, we also have unemployment stimulus heating up and PEBT stimulus checks. Wow, this is just getting very exciting very quickly. A lot of great stimulus for 2023. We had all A through Q, and then we had the beautiful R. But now let's go back into those stimulus checks for unemployment. If you were employed as an individual, W-2, and you got fired October 1st, and were unemployed all the month of October, all the month of November, but got a brand new job on January 1, 2023, can you get unemployment still? Absolutely. Let me go over how this works starting right now. Unemployment stimulus is fascinating and a lot of money. Step one for unemployment stimulus is if you are a W-2 employee and you are fired, go to your state's Department of Unemployment, file a claim. That's step one. It'll ask you the date you were fired. In this example, you were fired as a W-2 employee on October 1st. Put in October 1st. Then on step one, it's going to ask you, are you willing to work? Answer yes. Able to work? Answer yes. If those are your answers. Able is a physical question. Willing is a mental question. You're done with step one. Your claim will be then approved. At step two, I ask you to certify for benefits. That's a fancy way of saying, do you want some stimulus checks for each week you were unemployed as a fired W-2 employee? The answer is yes. It's going to it's going to guide you through each week one at a time, starting from the first week in which you're unemployed. You can never be too late, but you can be a little bit too early. It'll tell you if you're a little bit too early across the board. Now, here's one of the twists that no one explained to you for unemployment. Let's repeat our example. In our example, you were an employee, a W-2, in September 2022, fired October 1st, unemployed in October, unemployed in November, and unemployed in December. But you got a new job in January 2023. Can you get unemployment checks for the weeks you were unemployed in October, November, and December? Answer yes, even if you later get that job at a later date. So you can never be too late. You can't be too early. If you're asking for unemployment too early, it'll explain that across the board. And then PEBT stimulus checks heating up in today's broadcast as well. Americans are getting PEBT checks even for what happened in 2020. It's all late, it seems like, but it's still landing, and it's heading in 2023. These are monster stimulus checks. Incredible. So let's recap these incredible 2023 stimulus checks. Largest stimulus we've ever had in a single year is 2023. Why? It's a combination of 2020 stimulus checks unused, combination of 2021 stimulus checks unused, combination of 2022 stimulus checks unused, and in some cases, brand new stimulus checks for you, like unemployment if you got fired as a W-2, PBT, and stimulus check R if you never heard about it. I never did until just recently. It's all really incredible, and these are great stimulus checks all in the membership newsletter. So let's go to that membership newsletter right now. What is it? How does it work? If you become a member right now, then you have access immediately to the membership newsletter without a delay. Where is it? It's at news.lalate.com/newsletter. The link to which is in the description of this video, the top of the chat, or in the pinned comments. Go right into that incredible newsletter and access this information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, instantly. As soon as you become a member, you go right into that incredible newsletter. Grab the password. Where's the password? It's in the most recent post from Channel 1, Channel 2, or Channel 3. Same password for all three channels. Go right into that incredible newsletter and get those incredible stimulus checks. ABC, applied, E through K, L to Q. And if you are an individual with that small business, go down to stimulus check R, and it tells you the latest details of what's going on across the board for that, and also reach out to a tax preparer for guidance. In the big second half, we're going to go over the latest details on this market, as Tesla deliveries were through the roof, literally through the roof. Massive numbers for Tesla. But why did the market not like the numbers? Is this just a market that's unhappy across the board? January retail numbers may help us rebound from the December problems and a market rebound. We're initially starting at a negative 73 today for the Dow, and a NASDAQ initially down 84. But where are we on the big second half? I'll have the latest details on the update of the market. Look at the red band. That is where we started this recording today. And look at the backdrop. The NASDAQ was down 1160 on the last trading day of 2022. Where is it right now? Well, initially it was down 85. The Dow was down 73 on the last trading day of 2022. Where did we start? Where was it when we started this recording? Down 73. Look very similar. It looks very similar. We'll go over the latest details across the board and what we know across the board today. Plus, we'll look at what happened in a big week that started today. Tuesday started with the PMI manufacturing report that gives you guidance on how good this economy is or how weak it is. Did the number grow or did the number shrink? It came in minutes ago. Thursday, we have Fed speeches, lots of them. And then we'll have the latest details on the new jobless claims, currently hovering about 211, 230,000 a week. And the continuing jobless claims, currently hovering about a 1.67 million new continuing jobless claims. And Friday's a big day as we see the unemployment rate and the number of jobs created in this U.S. economy. The jobs report heats up Friday. But heating up the big second half is the incredible details of the markets. We'll be back in just about 60 seconds as we go over more about this incredible stimulus, and we'll go over more about what the markets are seeing right now as we return on this beautiful first broadcast for 2023. As the toast is toast and the butter is butter and the coffee's brewing, I'll see you back in 60 seconds.
If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. and afternoons LA Late at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LA Late.
And the excitement continues right now on a beautiful morning's LA to start 2023. The market's not particularly so happy. The Dow was down 73 when we went on air. The Nasdaq was initially down 84 when we went on air. But where are they right now? Let's jump into the latest details live on air from the shores of Santa Monica, California. How are you? Good morning. And boy, the markets are not happening or happy at all as we started 2023. The Dow is really struggling. The Dow is down 190 right now. Oh boy, that was a big fall very quickly. The Nasdaq is down 132. Ouch, down nearly 1.5 percentage points, just really quickly falling. Is this a market that's really unhappy with itself, or is it trying to take good news and turn it into bad news? Well, let's look at what happened with Tesla. Late last night, Tesla delivered massive, great delivery of vehicle numbers. The numbers were huge. They were huge for any auto manufacturer. They're huge for Tesla. Tesla delivered more cars in 2022 than in any prior year and had a great fourth quarter on its delivery of cars as well. So we understood that those Tesla deliveries were big, and we presume that the markets would be happy. Those fourth quarter numbers were incredible. They produced 439,000 cars, way up from the prior year, 40% more than the prior year, and nearly sold every car that they made. They sold 405,000. They made 439,000. The whole year was great as well. They made 1.37 million cars, up 40% compared to the prior year, and they delivered 1.31 million. So they sold every car that they made in last year, and that total year end was 40% up compared to the prior year. So great numbers. Yes? Apparently not, because the markets were unhappy. How unhappy were the markets with those huge growth numbers, nearly up 40% year to date. The stock is down dramatically. The stock was initially down 10% when the market opened. Right now, I haven't checked in the last few minutes. I believe it was 14% right before I went on air. They said these numbers were disappointing. Disappointing? You see what's going on here. Company produced 40% more cars than the prior year, sold all of them, and the market's calling that disappointing. Let's go for Apple. Apple said it's going to cut production due to weak demand of its iPhones. That stock is down 3% as well. Ally Financial, which is a financial company, it got a downgrade from Barclays, saying there's big problems because of the Federal Reserve. See what's going on here? So let's go over to some data. The U.S. manufacturing PMI was released minutes ago. You're looking at a brand new graphic on this channel I'm going to show you right now. This graphic is a good way for you to pencil in, calendar in what's coming up on this channel every week across the board. This week on LA, we're going to have the manufacturing PMI report coming up in about 60 seconds. Thursday, Fed speeches from lots of governors, and the latest unemployment numbers. Continuing jobless claims hovering at 1.67 last year. Where are we today? We'll learn on Thursday. New jobless claims hovering about 211 to 233. And then Friday, the big one, the jobs report. How many jobs are created in the prior month and how much unemployment there was. So what is the reaction today? The reaction today is that U.S. manufacturing PMI report released minutes ago. And what did it say? Get ready for this one, folks. The U.S. manufacturing price managers index, which shows you how much production we're doing in this economy, came in at 47.7 in November 2022. The index for December was released minutes ago, fell to a 46.2. In fact, how big of a fall is that? The largest drop, fastest drop since May of 2020 during the pandemic. Ouch. So this is not good news. And the latest detail is manifested in a series of other similar reports. We have Baird upgrading Block to outperform, and we have Winstock rallying following a Wells Fargo's upgrade. However, We have a lot of pressure underway for the start of 2023, says Jonathan Krinsky at BTIG. Says stocks should really struggle for the start of this new year because of the uncertainty of how bad the macroeconomics are. PayPal is up 3% pre-market trading with a nice pop across the board. But shares of Tesla were initially down 4%, then 10%, then I believe they're right now at 14%. One of the other data points we're looking at as well is those retail numbers for January. Millions of Americans don't realize that January are critical days for the retailers. Why? Because a lot of people during the holiday season gift people gift cards. They buy them gift cards. So we're going to see if those gift cards deliver big revenue in January 2023. And those revenue numbers are very critical because December was such a weak market across the board. And for example, we have Anthropologie, who on Friday offered $50 gift cards for anyone who had spent more than $200 across the board. We have Urban Outfitters looking for those gift cards to really bring in numbers. And Walmart, Target, Best Buy, Nordstrom's, Kohl's, and Macy's had a drop of 3% of traffic during that Black Friday period. Wow, not particularly good across the board. So amazing. Can you imagine? Look at that red graphic right now. Let's look at the last day of 2022. It looks nearly the same. And the situation today, not much better across the board. That's why you have to get all these stimulus. News.la.com/newsletter. Become a member right today. Then go right into that membership newsletter without a blink of an eye. Apply for stimulus right today without a blink of an eye, without a delay. The link to that website is at the top of the chat, the pinned comment across the board. Stimulus checks A, B, and C, and E through Q. Largest stimulus check, 100,000. Smallest check, stimulus check, 8,000. These incredible stimulus checks are for you, single individuals who make $75,000 or less, low income, SSI, SSDI, SSA, veterans. These are great stimulus checks because a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks, and you're going to need them because by February we will learn if we're going to have a 24-month recession. These stimulus checks on average are paying 18 months of stimulus checks, 5 stimulus checks per month, and about $3,000 a month. But the latest details in the market is that we're not really finding our legs that we had hoped for. And that lack of legs is evidence in the latest market numbers right now. Let's jump in the market's numbers right now as we go into the big second half of this recording for a morning to LA. The Dow, yeah, I almost cursed. The Dow is now down 212. So, boy, folks, that was really a fast fall. That was really a fast fall. You will see on Afternoon to LA, which is brand new today at 3 o'clock. It was taped at about 8 o'clock, about an hour ago. I went on air. We were down 73. Then we went down 120 during the broadcast. Then we went down 150. So right now the Dow is down 212. That was really a fast drop. What about the NASDAQ? You've seen how fast the NASDAQ has fallen during this broadcast. Started down 84. It was down then 90, then down 100. The NASDAQ's down now 135. These are really, really austere, fast drops. And this is what we're all talking about. The first 2 months this year are not going to be a cakewalk. They're not going to be a cakewalk. By February, we're going to see how austere this is. And certainly we want to see some data this week. We want to see that unemployment rate on Friday. How bad is the unemployment rate in this economy? We want to see how many jobs are created on Friday. We want to see some guidance from those Fed governors on Thursday. We want to see if there's anything of relatively positivity in this economy that signals a 2-year recession rather than a 2-month. But the Tesla situation today is very indicative of what may be percolating. Tesla have great numbers. These are really great numbers, and the market's unhappy, really unhappy, punishing the stock nearly 13% in one day when the company delivered 40% revenue growth in the last 24 hours in a report. Is that a lot of punishment? It is a lot of punishment. And that's ultimately how we have to rock and roll. Let's go back into the incredible stimulus checks. For 2023, there's a lot of stimulus. Why? Because a combination of 3 years of stimulus checks. Lots of stimulus checks. 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023's stimulus checks all combined. Well, that's 3 years plus an extra one across the board, 4 years. It's just really, really a great year for stimulus. How do you find all these details? In the membership newsletter. These great stimulus checks are for you. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, rail benefits, veterans benefits. Anyone who makes $75,000 or less. Unemployment checks, absolutely. PBT checks, yes. Lots of great stimulus. Stimulus even for small business owners like Stimulus Check R. It's a great year for stimulus. And it's for anyone who makes $75,000 or less for those A through Q. Again, we start with A, B, and C. Then E through Q, then L to Q, then E to K, then L to Q. Coming up at 11 o'clock, we have the beautiful, brand new LALATE Home heats up this broadcast at 11 o'clock. Then we go into that incredible, beautiful afternoons at 1, afternoons at 2, and then a brand new afternoons L8 at 3 o'clock, taped minutes ago. And then we have the latest evenings L8 in prime time tonight at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. This is how the market ended last year. Look at how the red band looks right now. It looks almost the same. But that's not right now, that red band. We're falling very, very dramatically. Get that stimulus. Do not wait. news.la.com/newsletter. Grab the password from the most recent post on any 3 channel. The password works on all 3 channels. Grab that post, put it right into that newsletter, and go right in and get those incredible stimulus checks. ABC, E through K, and then L to Q. If you're a small business owner, get that R as well. 18 months, 5 checks per month, $3,000 across the board. It's a great day. It's a great year. We're just getting started. I'll see you more later throughout the day. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, God bless. Keep on pouncing. Keep on doing everything you need to do. And all the latest update on this market and the latest details on this stimulus coming up in about 2 hours. From the shores of Santa Monica, California, stay informed, stay focused, and stay FLA for more.